You can pass the MOS Excel 365 exam with these 93 questions. I created this video for those who have a test on MOS Excel 365 tomorrow, but haven't studied at all and just want to pass easily. I have categorized and extracted common elements, carefully selecting up to 93 questions. This course is based on these 93 questions, where all students have an average score of 924.6 points over an average of 2 weeks. By the way, the passing score is 700 points. The average score of 924.6 points is well above the passing criterion of 700 points. They have passed on the first try. Therefore, if you can solve these 93 questions, you will definitely pass. Now let me introduce myself. I am Japason, and I have this background. I am an Excel instructor for the MOS Sunrock course provided by Tokyo Legal Mind, Inc. I have also published a book titled Thorough Practice for Quick Passing MOS Word 365 from JMAM. Here it is. This might be available at a bookstore near you. The spine has this yellow color as a marker. If you get a chance to check out the book, please take a look. I am also an instructor for the Excel Camp course organized by DK Company. The online course platform has over 2,500 students. Now, for the premise. To keep the video concise, I will only provide explanations for solving the problems. Therefore, it may be a bit difficult for those who have hardly used Excel. Additionally, I will not provide any extra information on how to use it in practice. I have not discussed that at all. The foundation is set on the premise of just solving the problems. Now, regarding how to use it. First, during the first week, please lend a hand while watching the video together. If you find it difficult to keep up, you can just watch the video first and start working on it from the second week. Please adjust this according to your level. By the way, we are providing Excel files for practice. You can download them from the description without any registration, so please download and use them from the description. First, after moving your hands together while watching the video for one round, let's try solving the problems in the second week. The problem statements are embedded in the Excel file, so please open Excel and try it without watching this video. For the questions you got wrong or were unsure about, please review them in this video. From the third week onward, you will only solve the questions you got wrong. Once you can solve all the questions, that's great. So, this is how it goes. Let's repeat this for each chapter. So, first, do 3 rounds for chapter 1, until you no longer encounter the questions you got wrong. Alternatively, if you feel you can proceed after 3 rounds, that's fine too. Then, do 3 rounds for chapter 2, 3 rounds for chapter 3, and 3 rounds for chapter 4. There are a total of 5 chapters, so let's repeat this process up to chapter 5. We will do each chapter after completing 1 full round. If you try to tackle all the questions from chapter 1 to chapter 5 at once, you will probably forget them. Therefore, I recommend repeating by chapter. First, watch the video for chapter 1, and then, if you've moved along, try solving the questions for chapter 1. This method of repeating by chapter is one of the key points I can share with you. Instead of running through all the videos and then doing the questions, I suggest doing them together. After completing chapter 1, move on to the questions for chapter 2. So, there are a total of 5 chapters. And at the end, I also provide additional explanations about advanced questions. This distinction between basic and advanced is something I have determined on my own. Please make sure to review these advanced questions at least once the day before the exam. These advanced questions make up only about 10% of the total 35 questions. In other words, 3 to 4 questions. So even if you miss all of them, it won't affect your pass or fail. So, why do we do advanced questions? It's to prevent you from panicking during the actual exam. When you encounter a question you don't understand, while these types of questions may appear, you can still pass even if you can't solve them. So please don't feel rushed. I will explain that these questions are included to convey this message. In fact, it's okay if you can't solve them. Well, for those who are serious about practical application, please study thoroughly. Those aiming for a perfect score should study, but if that's not you, it's fine to just skim through it. Just make sure not to panic if such questions come up. As long as you can meet that requirement, you can definitely pass. Regarding the mock exam, I have created this video to ensure you can pass. But for those who are still anxious, I have also prepared a mock exam. This is my original exam, designed with the same number of questions and a difficulty level as close to the actual exam as possible. I apologize for the announcement, but finally regarding the Kindle version. For those who want to review the content of this video in book form, although it's not a physical book, please make use of the Kindle version. It is exactly the same, word for word. It provides a more detailed explanation about Mr. Hughes. I will also include a link in the description, so please make use of it together. Lastly, I have a request. If you pass after watching the video, please let me know in the comments. At that time, how did you study? For example, did you pass by studying just this video 3 times? Or did you also study with the publications book to pass? I would be happy if you could let me know. If any questions come up that I didn't cover in this video, please let me know in the comments. I will research again and record additional lectures. I have made sure that patterns not mentioned will not appear, but there is a possibility they might. However, even if 1 or 2 questions do appear, it will only be 1 question, and it will not affect your pass or fail, so please rest assured. If they do appear, I would appreciate it if you could let me know, as it would help me upgrade this video. So, let's get into the main content. Let's do our best. Q1 import the tab delimited text file, q1 import.txt in cell E1. 1. Select cell E1. 2. On the Data tab, click from Text CSV. 3. Select the text file you have downloaded in advance and click Import. 4. Click the V to the right of Load and select Load to. If you choose Load, the import will take place on a new sheet, this time importing in cell E1, so select Load to. Since there are not many questions about importing to a new sheet, it is no problem to remember to always select Load to when importing. 5. Select the destination to put the data. Change the selection of Where do you want to put the data to Existing worksheet and click OK. It is important to select the cells you want to use as the base point in step 1. Q2 on the Find worksheet, search for cells containing hyphen and set the font color to the standard color orange. 1. Open the worksheet, find, and type Ctrl+F to open the Find and Replace window. 2. Enter hyphen in the Find What field. It is easier to copy the hyphen from the question text before starting the operation in. 3. Click on Find Next, and the cells marked with hyphen will be selected. You can also use the Enter key to enter Find Next. 4. Press X to close the Find and Replace window. Windows can also be closed with the Escape key. 5. On the Home tab, in the Font group, click Font Colors and select Orange. In the case of MO-210, the color specification is usually standard colors. By the way, exam of Word, the question is more detailed. Place the mouse pointer on it and wait for a while, and the color name will be displayed. 2.3. Select the named range Decorate area and apply the standard color red fill color. 1. Press Ctrl+G to open the jump window. Select Decorate area and press OK. 2. On the Home tab in the Font group, select Fill Color Red. Q4. Set a hyperlink to the Question 1 cell in the Select Question 1 cell. 1. Select the Select Question 1 cell and click on the Insert tab link icon. 2. From Place in this document, select Question in Defined Names and click OK. Q5. Set a hyperlink to https mos-shool-japason.co.jp in the Go to mos-shool website cell. Copy the URL in advance. On. Select the Go to mos-shool website cell and click on the Insert tab, link icon. 2. Copy and paste the URL of the question text into the address field of existing file or web page and click OK. It is faster if you copy the URL before you start solving the question. 6. Remove hyperlinks in the link cell. 1. Right-click on the link cell and click Remove Hyperlink. 7. Change the orientation to landscape and the size to A3. 1. Select Page Layout tab, Orientation, Landscape. To select Page Layout tab, size A3. Question 8. Change the margins to wide. 1. Page Layout tab, margins wide. Question 9. Automatically adjust the width of column C. 1. Place the pointer to the right side of column C and double-click. Automatic adjustment adjusts the length so that all of the longest values in the column are displayed. Question 10. Set the height of the 12th row to exactly 20. 1. Right-click on line 12, row height. When prompted for column width, right-click on a column and select column width. 2. Copy and paste 20 from the question text and press OK. Question 11. Display the sheet name in the center of the header. When finished, return to normal view. 1. On the View tab, select Page Layout. The header footer is what is printed at the top and bottom of the page when printed. 2. Click on the center of the header. The header footer is divided into 3 sections, left, center, and right, respectively. Follow the instructions in the question text to make your selection. 3. Select the Header and Footer tab, Sheet Name. The header and footer tabs appear only when a header or footer is selected. 4. Click on anything other than the header footer to stop the edit mode of header footer. When in the header footer edit mode, operations such as switching views are restricted. 5. From the View tab, select Normal. Question 12. Add autosave to the Quick Access toolbar. 1. Right-click on the ribbon, Show Quick Access toolbar. A ribbon is a panel section with a row of buttons that switches after tabs are entered. If Hide Quick Access toolbar is shown, this operation is not necessary. The Quick Access toolbar is already displayed. 2. In the Quick Access toolbar, click on the down arrow and select Automatically Save. Operations that do not exist in the candidate list are selected from More commands. Question 13. Display the Find worksheet in Page Break Preview. 1. Click on the sheet, Find to display. 2. On the View tab, select Page Break Preview. Question 14. On the sheet 1X exercises, configure the rows 1 through 5 remain visible as you scroll vertically. 1. Display sheet 1X exercises. It is easy to make a mistake in selecting a sheet, even in the actual exam. Perform the operation on the sheet as instructed in the question text. 2. Select line 6. In this case, we want to always display up to the 5th row, so we select the 6th row, which is after the 5th row. If you want to fix column A, select column B, which is next to column A. 3. Select View tab, Freeze panes. Scroll down and make sure that the 5th row is always visible. Question 15. Split the Sales by Employee Sheet window into 2 windows, one for the top and one for the bottom. The top window will display 4 rows. 1. Select row 5 of the Sales by Employee sheet. The idea is the same as fixing the window frame. If you want to display 4 lines at the top, select the 5th line, since it is the 5th line that you want to display at the bottom. 2. Click on Split in the window group of the View tab. Question 16. Add the value, Chapter 1 exercises, to the subject property of the book document. It is easier if you have a copy of the Chapter 1 exercises in advance. One click on the File tab, then select Info, and then select Show All Properties. Two. On the subject, copy and paste Chapter 1 exercises from the question text. Question 17. Modify the scaling of the 1x exercises worksheet so it fits on a single page when printed. 1 display sheet 1x exercises. 2 in the page layout tab scale to fit. Specify 1 page for width and height, respectively. If you specify the number of printed pages, it will automatically adjust to fit on 1 page, even if rows or columns are added later. With another solution, it may not fit on 1 page when adding rows or columns. Either way will be correct, but in practice, the method of specifying the number of pages is more convenient. If you are instructed to fit horizontally on 1 page, specify 1 page for width only. Question 18. On the sheet 1x exercise, set cells A2, B10, so they will be the only cells that print. 1. Select A2 to B10. 2. Page layout tab, print area, set print area. If you set the display format to page break preview, you can check the range to be printed. Question 19. Save the 1x exercises worksheet into your desktop as a PDF file with the name PDF. 1. Press F12 to launch the Save As window. 2. Select Desktop and enter PDF as the file name. Copy and paste from the question text. In the exam, a folder is pre-created on the desktop and you are instructed to save the file in that folder. It is not necessary to type .pdf on the file name. 3. Select PDF for Save As Type and click Save. Select as instructed in the question text. Question 20. Inspect the workbook and remove document properties and personal information. 1. Go to File, Info, check for issues and select Inspect Documents. If there are unsaved edits, no. Do you want to save the file now? Select OK. 2. Click Inspect and Execute. 3. From the results, select Delete All under Document Properties and Personal Information, then close. Q21. Check the accessibility of the book and correct the error in Graph 1. The alternate text should be set to Steadily Rising Graph. 1. File tab. Information. Check for issues. Check accessibility. Two. Click Missing Alt Text in Error and select Enter Image Description. 3. Type Steadily Rising Graph in the alternative text. Copy and paste from the question text. 4. Click X to close the Accessibility Assistant window. The Enter key only breaks the line, but does not confirm it. Be careful not to insert an extra line break, as this will result in an error. Question 22. Check the compatibility of the book and display the results on a new worksheet. 1. File tab. Info. Check for issues. Check compatibility. 2. Click Copy to New Sheet in the lower left corner. Q23. Reply to the comments in this cell with Confirmed. 1. Right-click on the cell in question and select Reply to Comment. 2. Type Confirmed in the reply box. Copy and paste from the question text. And then click the Paper Airplane button. Q24. Add a note to this cell and write, "Note is useful to always display." One right-click on a cell and select New Note from the menu. New comments can be made in the same way by right-clicking. 2. In the note, copy and paste. Note is useful to always display from the question statement. Q25. Delete comments in this cell. One right-click on a cell and select Delete Comment. Q26. Resolve the comments in this cell. 1. Move your mouse pointer over the cell to display comments. It is not a click. The comment appears when the pointer is applied. 2. Select Resolve Thread from the comment's 3 dots icon. It is easy to make the mistake of deleting or resolving. Read the question statement carefully. Resolving comments cannot be done by right-clicking. Q27. Copy cell C2 and paste only the values into cell D2. 1. Select cell C2 and press Ctrl plus C. While copying is in effect, cell C2 is surrounded by a dotted line. 2. Select cell D2, then press Ctrl plus Alt plus V to launch the Paste Special window. The input method is press Ctrl and Alt and then press V. Be careful not to press V before Alt. If it does not respond, start over from the copy. 3. Select values and press OK. In addition to values, you will also use formats and column widths. If you are instructed to paste only XXX, you can press Ctrl plus Alt plus V and look for it in the Paste Special window. Q28. Use autofill to fill the date columns of the swim records February table. 1. Select the first cell in the date column of the swim records February table and place the mouse pointer over the black box icon in the lower right corner of the cell to display a crosshair. 2. Double-click or drag to cell A29. If you have a large number of items to input by dragging, it will take a long time and it is very difficult. However, you can only autofill vertically by double-clicking. If you want to autofill horizontally, drag. Move left or right while clicking. Q29. Please enter the first line of the run record table as January, February, March, August. 1. Select the January cell in the run records table, hover the mouse pointer over the black box icon in the lower right corner to display the crosshair. 2. Drag to column I in the right direction. Click and hold while moving. Horizontal autofilling cannot be performed by double-clicking. Q30. Enter column F so that lines 2 through 23 are numbered consecutively as 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. 1. Enter 2 in F3. 2. Select F2.F3. Place the mouse pointer on the lower right corner and double-click with the crosshair mark. Another solution. Double-click F2 with the crosshair mark and select Fill Series from the options menu that appears in the lower right corner of the F23 cell. Q31. Add rows above the swim record February and swim record March rows. 1. Select the swim record February row, then hold down the Ctrl key and select the swim record March row. You can hold down the Ctrl key while clicking to select multiple rows, columns, or hold down the Shift key if you want to select between rows, columns as well. 2. Right-click and select Insert. Insert is interrupt. A new row is inserted above the selected row, or to the left in the case of columns. Adding one line at a time is still a correct answer. Q32. Delete the blank cells in the swim records March table to make the table more complete. 1. Select and right-click on a blank cell, the two cells to the right of 2023-32 in the swim records March table. 2. Click Delete. 3. Confirm that the shift is selected to the left and press OK. In the original table, the training gym and the water is cold. Cells are overflowed to the right, and we want to move these training gym and the water is cold cells to the left, so we shift cells left them. Q33. Merge cells C8, D8 without changing the alignment of the contents. 1. Select C8 or D8 and click Home tab, Alignment, JV to the right of the merge and center. 2. Select Merge cells. If the text says do not change text alignment, select Merge cells, not Merge in center. To unmerge, select the merge cells and click on Merge in center. This is faster than selecting Unmerge cells. Q34. Display C9 text in align right and vertical format. 1. Select C9, then click on the Home tab, Alignment, Align right. 2. Click on the Home tab. Click on the arrow icon in the layout. Select vertical text. Q35. Set the left indent of the text in cell C10 to 2 characters. 1. Select C10 and click Home tab. Alignment, increase indent. The one with the right arrow symbol twice. Each click adds an indent of 1 character. We want to set it to 2 characters, so click twice. You may be tempted to press the icon on the left because it says left indent. The icon on the left is reduce indent, and the one on the right is increase indent. You can see the names by pointing the pointer over them. Note that it does not matter whether the instructions are left indent or right indent. In either case, the right icon increases indentation. Q36. Apply the formatting of cell C2 to cell A1. 1. Select cell C2 and press Ctrl+C. Alt is not attached when copying. 2. Select cell A1, then press Ctrl+Alt+V to launch the Paste Special window. 3. Formats and press OK. Q37. Wrap the string in cell C12. 1. Select cell C12 and click on the Home tab. Alignment, wrap text. Q38. Display cell C13 to 3 decimal places. 1. Select cell C13 and click Home tab as numbered increase decimal, the one with the left symbol, 3 times. It is the left button because it shifts the decimal point to the left, which is på my spell. If you are not sure which one to use, just put the pointer on the button and wait a moment. You can check the name of the button. Q39. Set the currency display format in cell C14. 1. Select cell C14 and change custom to currency in the Home tab. Q40. The date in the table Swim Records February is displayed in the format March 14, 2012. 1. Select the relevant cell range. 2. From the Home tab, click the down arrow to the right of the number to launch the cell formatting window. 3. Select March 14, 2012 from the display format and click OK. Read the question carefully and follow the instructions. Q41. Apply the heading 1 style to cell C16. 1. Select C16, then select Home tab, Style, Cell Styles, Heading 1. Q42. Clear the formatting in cell C17. 1. Select cells with no formatting or values entered, e.g. cells in column G and after, and press Ctrl+C to copy. 2. Select C17, then press Ctrl+Alt+V to launch the Paste Special window. 3. Select Formats and press OK. Alternative solution. From the Home tab in the Editing group, click on Clear, then Clear Formats. Q43. Group the sheet Tanaka-san's grades and the sheet Sato-san's grades. Then apply the style Total to the cell range A1B1. 1. Display sheet Tanaka-san's grades. Two. Hold down the Ctrl key and click on the sheet Sato-san's grades. Tropicus click. Multiple selections without including the intermediate sheets. Shift + click. Multiple selections with including the intermediate sheets. In this case, since the sheets are next to each other, the Ctrl and Shift keys work the same. 3. Select the cell range. A1, B1 and choose Home tab. Style, Cell Styles, Total. When formatting a cell with multiple sheets selected, the setting will be applied to the target cell on all selected sheets. It is simply faster to set up multiple sheets at once. 4. Select the unselected sheet 2x exercises and deselect the group selection status. You can deselect a group of sheets by selecting an unselected sheet. If a sheet remains group selected, operations are restricted. It is difficult to notice the cause of this problem, so you should make it a habit to deselect the group as soon as you have finished the necessary operation. If you find yourself wondering, why can't I do this? Check if multiple sheets are selected and deselect them. Q44. Define the name first half of the exercise in cells A2B8. 1. Select cells A2B8. 2. In the name box, type first half of the exercise, copy and paste from the question text, and press Enter key to confirm. How to confirm the setting. Click V in the name box to display candidates, select first half of the exercise, and if A2, A8 becomes selected, it is OK. Q45. Based on the values in the table, run record. Insert a column sparkline in the change column with indicating high point. 1. Select cells of change column. Move the pointer to the top of the heading and click on it with the down arrow displayed to select it all at once. 2. Insert tab, sparklines in column. Select from 3 types, lines, columns, and wins losses as indicated. Pay special attention to lines and columns, as they are easy to confuse. 3. Select the range of cells that contains the values from January to August in the table and click OK. Four. On the Sparklines tab in the Show section, check the High Point checkbox. The Sparklines tab is only visible when a Sparkline cell is selected. Sparklines are often presented as a set of questions with high point indications. Q46. For the August column of the table, Run Records, format the cell smaller than 50 with light red fill with dark red text. 1. Select the August column in the table, Run Records. If you have not solved problem 29, it is column 9. Click on the top of the heading to select it all at once. 2. Home tab, Conditional Formatting, highlight cell rules less than. 3. Copy and paste 50 from the question text into your format cells that are less than, and confirm that the format is light red fill with dark red text and click OK. Although it may seem like somewhat many steps, the operation is simple. Follow the instructions in the question text and set up each item carefully. Q47. Display the green gradient data bar in the January column of the table Run Records. 1. Select the January column and choose Green Data Bar in the Home tab. Conditional Formatting, Data Bar, Gradient Fill. Q48. Remove the conditional formatting set in the March column of the table Run Records. 1. Select the March column, then select the Home tab, Conditional Formatting, Clear Rules from selected cells. Read the instructions carefully to make sure that you will use the correct formatting. Q49. Change cell range. A1 E5 to a table. The first row is used as the title. 1. Select A1 E5. You can select cell A1 and then Ctrl plus Shift right arrow and Ctrl plus Shift plus down arrow, whichever comes first, to select it all at once. 2. Click on Insert tab, Tables, Table. 3. Make sure that My Table Has Headers is checked and click OK. Q50. Apply style. Gold Table Style Medium 5 to table A1 E5. 1. Click on a cell in the table you created. 2. Table Design tab, select Gold Table Style Medium 5. The Table Design tab appears only when a table is selected. Place the pointer over it and wait a moment to see the style name. Q51. Remove the table formatting from the list of meals table, but keep the cell formatting. 1. Click on a cell in the list of meals table. It can be any cell in the table. 2. Table Design tab, Convert to Range. Sometimes the question statement will instruct you to convert to a cell range. If the Table Design tab is hidden, the table has been released, although it does not appear to have been replaced. Q52. Add column Weather to table A1 E5 to the left of distance M, so that nothing but the table is affected. 1. Select the distance column in the table and right-click, Insert, Table Columns to the left. To delete, similarly, select row or column from Delete in the right-click menu. 2. Enter weather in the heading row of the column you added. Q53. Name the student list table Student List. 1. Select cells in the Student List table. 2. On the left side of the Table Design tab, enter Student List in the Table Name field under Properties. Q54. Remove stripes from table A1.E5 and highlight the last column. 1. Click on a cell in the table A1.E5. 2. From the Table Design tab, Table Style Options, uncheck Banded Rows and check Last Column. Q55. Display the total rows in table A1.E5, showing the total for distance M and time min and the average for fatigue level, not display for comments. 1. Click on a cell in the table A1.E5. 2. From the Table Design tab, Table Style Options, check Total Row. 3. Click V in the total row of column at distance M and select Sum from the candidates. 4. Select Sum for the time imminence row in the same way. 5. Select Average for the fatigue level row. 6. Select None for the impressions row. Q56. Display only records from the student list table whose name begins with DA. 1. Click V in the heading name and select Text Filters begins with . The filter display changes depending on the column value, such as number filters or date filters. Read instructions such as ends with and contains carefully and select the appropriate operation. 2. Make sure that the condition is begins with, enter TA in the first text box, copy and paste from the question text, and press OK. Q57. A1E5 table should show only records for the day of Feb 1. Do not delete data. 1. Click V under the heading Date and uncheck MO-2 and O3 and click OK. Q58. Sort the table A1 to E5 in descending order of time min. If time mins are the same, then in ascending order of fatigue level. Click on V in the Date column and select Clear Filter from Date from the list of candidates. This operation is used to unfilter one previous question, regardless of the question text. 1. Click a V on one of the table headings and choose Sort by Color, Custom Sort, to open the Sort window. If you want to sort based on one column, simply click V on that column and select Sort Oldest to Newest or Sort Newest to Oldest. In this case, as it says, if time is the same, sort in descending order of fatigue level, we want to sort by two columns, so we will set them from Custom Sort. 2. Specify time, minord for the column, and largest to smallest for the order. 3. Click Add Level. Specify the columns, fatigue level, and click OK. The order is important. First, sort by time, and for records with the same time, sort by fatigue level. It is easy to make a mistake in the choice of ascending or descending, so read the question text carefully and choose correctly. Q59. In the total amount column, enter the formula to multiply the volume by the unit price to obtain the amount. 1. Enter equals in cell C4. Formulas and functions are always entered, starting with equals. The equals is the key to the right of minus. 2. Click on cell A4. Selecting a cell after entering equal will reflect the selected cell. If you clicked on the wrong cell by mistake, don't worry about it and just select cell A4 again. You can also specify a cell with the arrow keys. Since it is two cells to the left, enter the left arrow twice. 3. Next, enter asterisk. The asterisk is located on the 8 key. Hold down the shift key at the same time. After clicking on cell A4, the text cursor remains in cell C4, so asterisk is entered in cell C4. 4. Then click on cell B4. You can also specify the cell using a single tap on the left arrow key too. 5. Press the enter key. If the result of 1 asterisk 200 is displayed, you have correctly entered the formula. If an error occurs, erase the contents and start over from step 1. 6. Copy formulas to C5.C6 using the autofill function. To use the autofill function, place the mouse pointer in the lower right corner of the cell and double-click when it turns into a crosshair. 60. In the discount column, enter the formula to determine the discount amount, which is calculated by multiplying the total amount by the discount rate in cell B1. 1. Enter equals in cell D4. 2. After clicking on cell C4, enter asterisk. So far, this is the same as the one before. 3. Select cell B1, press the F4 key once to make it an absolute reference, with the doll symbol in two places before B and 1, and confirm with Enter key. 4. Copy formulas to the cell below with autofill. Q61. In the bill column, enter the formula to find the total amount minus the discount. 1. Enter equals C4 minus D4 in cell E4 and press Enter. Please feel free to use the steps we have given you so far as hints. The minus is the key to the right of 0. 2. Copy formulas to the cell below with autofill. Q62. On the sheet 2, enter the highest score using the max function in cell C8. 1. Enter equals max in cell C8. 2. With max selected from the suggestion list, press the Tab key. Selecting from the suggestions can be done more quickly by using the up and down arrow keys instead of the mouse. Note that the Tab key is used to select from the suggestions, not the Enter key. 3. Select the range D2, D5. Select the first cell, the cell with the value 10, and then use Ctrl+Shift plus down arrow to select it all at once. Try to use Ctrl+Shift plus down arrow for future questions too. 4. Press Enter to confirm. Entering right parenthesis is not necessary, for it will be completed automatically by pressing the Enter key. Q63. Use the function to display the best record in B8. The best record refers to the fastest time. 1. Enter equals min in cell D8. Use min since fastest equals less time. 2. Select min from the list of suggestions and press the Tab key. 3. Select the range for the columns showing the time, C2 to C5, and press Enter. Q64. Use the function to display the average time in cell B9. 1. Enter equals AV in cell B9. 2. Select average from the list of suggestions and press the Tab key. 3. Select the range for the columns showing the time, C.C5, and press Enter. Q65. Use the function to display the number of first-time participants in B11, counting the cells where a number is entered for first-time participant column. 1. Enter equals COU in cell B11, select Count from the suggestion list, and press the Tab key. The count function counts the number of cells in which a number is entered. Any of the functions that count the number of cells can be found as candidates by typing up to equals COU. 2. Select the range of cells for the first-time participant column and press Enter. Q66. Use the function to display the number of DNFs in B12. Find the number of cells where the time is blank. 1. Enter equals COU in cell B12, select Count Blank from the suggestion list and press the Tab key. To count blank cells, use the Count Blank function. 2. Select the range of cells of the time column, C2, C5, and press Enter. Q67. Use the function to display the number of participants in B13, counting the cells of names. 1. Type equals COU in cell B13, select Counter from the suggestion list and press the Tab key. To count cells that contain a value of some sort, or not blank, use the Counter function. 2. Select A2, A5 and press Enter. Q68. Use the function to indicate beginner if the first-time participant column has the value 1, otherwise indicate experienced in the remarks column. U1. Type equal IF in cell F2, select IF from the suggestion list and press the Tab key. 2. Press the FX button to open the function arguments window. 3. Click the upward arrow icon of logical test in the function arguments window to minimize it. The window is minimized to make it easier to specify cells in 4. This operation is not necessary for larger displays. 4. Click on cell B2. The B2 cell is reflected in the logical formula. Select the cell in the first participation column in the same row as the cell where you are entering the formula. 5. Then enter equal 1. 6. Click the downward arrow icon in the function argument window to restore it to its original size. 7. Enter beginner in value of true. The double quotation is automatically completed, so you never need to type it out. If the logical formula B2 equal 1 applies, the value written here will be displayed. 8. Enter experienced in the value of false field. The double quotation character does not need to be entered. If the logical expression B2 equal 1 does not apply, The value written here will be displayed. 9. Click OK. 10. Autofill to copy formulas to the cells below. Q69. Use the function to display failed in the evaluation column for those scoring less than 50 points, and if otherwise, nothing. 1. Type equals IF in cell E2, select IF from the suggestion list, and press the tab key. 2. Press the FX button to open the function arguments window. 3. Click the upward arrow icon of logical test in the function arguments window to minimize it. 4. Click on cell D2. The logical formula reflects the D2 cell. Select the scores cell in the same row as the cell in which you are entering the formula. 5. Next, enter less than 50. If you want to specify 50 or less, use less than equal 50. 6. Click the downward arrow icon in the function argument window to restore it to its original size. 7. Enter failed for value if true. The double quotation is automatically completed, so you never need to type it out. 8. Enter double quotation twice for value if false. If you want to leave it blank, type double quotation twice manually. Note that it will not be completed automatically. Alternatively, you can enter random strings such as A, move the cursor with the tab key, and then delete the string. If nothing is entered, false will be displayed instead of a blank. 9. Click OK. 10. Autofill to copy formulas to the cells below. Q70. Use the function to sort the table in descending order of scores, with H2 as the base point. 1. Enter equal sort in cell H2, select sort from the list of suggestions, and press the tab key. It is confusing, but do not use sort by. Say goodbye to the BI in sort by. 2. Press the FX button to open the function arguments window. 3. Minimize the window by clicking the upward arrow icon in the array. 4. Select everything in the table except for the title row. Titles are not included. 5. Click the downward arrow icon in the function arguments window to restore its original size. 6. Enter 4 in the sort index. If you want to check the sheet, press the upward arrow on the sort index to minimize the window. Specifies which column to sort. From left, the column showing the scores is 4 because it is the fourth column from the left. 7. Enter -1 for the sort order and click OK. No need to memorize this. Just follow the instructions shown while entering the items. Q71. Use the function to return unique data from the name column of the table practice session participation record with no duplicates, starting from cell D31. 1. Type equal uni in cell D31, select unique from the suggestions, and press the tab key. 2. Then specify the range for the name column, B31, B40, in the table practice session participation records, and press the enter key. Q72. On the sheet 3, use the function to display the first letter of the names in the initial column. 1. Type equal LE in cell D2. Select left from the list of suggestions and press the tab key. 2. Select cell B2, the name column of the same row, and enter comma. The comma key is to the right of the M key. 3. Then type 1 and press enter. If you find it difficult to input multiple items using commas, you can use the FX button to enter them like in IF statements, etc. However, if you are looking to pursue the advanced level of MOS in future, we recommend that you get used to direct input with relatively simple functions such as the right and left functions. 4. Autofill downward. Q73. In the last participation month column, use the function to display 2 characters starting from the 5th character from the date of last participation column. 1. Enter equal mid in cell H2 and press the tab key. 2. Select F2, the date of the last participation column of the same row, and enter comma. 3. Enter 5 as the starting position, then enter comma. Enter 5 since it is the from fifth character. 4. Enter 2 as the number of characters and press enter. Since we want to obtain 2 characters, we specify 2. 5. Autofill downward. Q74. Use the function to convert the name in column B to uppercase letters in the uppercase column. 1. Enter equal up in cell C2 and press the tab key. 2. Click on the name column B2 in the same row and press enter. 3. Autofill downward. Q75. Use the function to display the number of characters in the name in the number of characters column. 1. Enter len in cell E2 and press the tab key. 2. Click on the name column B2 in the same row and press enter. 3. Autofill downward. The procedure is the same as in question 75, except for the specification of the function in 1. The only point is whether you know the function. Q76. Use the functions to join the number and name columns in the player's number. They should be joined by a hyphen. 1. Type equal T in cell F2. Select text join from the list of candidates and press the tab key. 2. Enter fix button. Typing it in directly is confusing. Complicated operations such as inputting double quotation, selecting target cells, etc. So use the FX button. 3. Copy and paste hyphen from the text in the question into the delimiter field and click text one field. Symbols such as hyphen are easily mistyped, so it is safe to copy and paste them. The double quotation character is completed automatically and does not need to be entered. 4. Click on A2, the no column of the same row. A2 will be entered in text 1 field. After clicking on A2, move on to 5 without touching any other cells. 5. Click on text 2 in the function arguments window. 6. Click on B2, which is the name column of the same row. 7. Click OK. 8. Autofill downward. Q77. On the sheet 4, use the function to display a random value within the range of 1 to 5 in cell B22. 1. Type rand in cell B22. Select rand between from the suggestions and press the tab key. 2. Enter 1 and then comma. 3. Type 5 and press enter. Since it is within the range of 1 to 5, it is specified in the form 1, 5. Q78. Use the function to display numerical data in 3 rows and 2 columns starting at cell A25 with the number 4 increasing by 6. 1. Type equals CQ in cell A25 and press the tab key. 2. Enter in the following order. 3 and comma for rows and 2 and comma for columns. Since there are 3 rows and 2 columns, specify the number of rows. 3 at first and then the number of columns, 2. 3. Enter 4 and comma for the start number, 6 for the step number of increments, and press enter. The step is the number of increments. Be calm and specify the numerical values by comparing the hints that appear while you are typing with the instructions in the question text. Q79. Use the function to display the data from the name column of the table, run event dates and participants, with duplicates eliminated, starting at cell B16. In the formula, use the defined name. 1. Enter equal unique in cell B16. Select unique from the suggestions and press the tab key. This is a review of what we have done so far. 2. On the Formulas tab, click Use in Formula in the Defined Names group. 3. Select participant's name from the list of suggestions and press Enter. Q80. Display the formulas on this sheet. 1. On the Formulas tab, click on Show Formulas. Q81. Create a clustered column chart using the daily sales table. 1. Select everything except for the total from the daily sales table. The row, column of the total should not be selected unless the question text instructs otherwise. The daily sales cell is not included because it is outside of the table. It is a title given for practice purposes. In the exam, you will only be given a table on a separate sheet and be instructed something like, create a clustered column chart from the table in the daily sales sheet. 2. Insert tab. Click on Recommended Charts in Charts. 3. Select Clustered Column and click OK. If there are no instructions for placement, there is no need to move it after creation. In this case, move it to the right side of column O, etc., so that it does not interfere with solving other problems. Q82. Using the table of test results, create a clustered bar chart showing totals by name. Place the created chart in the cell range H7 and -13. 1. Select the name and total columns of the table. Select the name column, then hold down Ctrl and select the total amount column. The graph represents totals by name, so select the name and total amount columns. 2. Insert tab. Click on Recommended Charts in Charts. 3. Select Clustered Bar. 4. While holding down the Alt key, move the graph to align it with the upper left corner of cell H7. Be careful not to move the items inside. Clicking on the space to the left or right of the title Total Amount will make it easier to move. Holding down the Alt key while moving or resizing will allow you to neatly adjust it to fit the cell. 5. Hold down the Alt key and shrink the right side of the chart to align with the right side of column M. 6. Hold down the Alt key and shrink the bottom of the chart to align with the bottom of line 13. Q83. Move the line chart to the chart sheet named Sales Trend Analysis Chart. It is easier if you copy the Sales Trend Analysis Chart in advance. 1. Select the line chart, then click on the Chart Design tab, Move Chart. 2. Choose a new sheet, copy and paste Sales Trend Analysis Chart from the question into the sheet name and click OK. In the exam, there is usually only one graph in one sheet, so you should not be confused about which graph to use. In this case, there are many graphs in one sheet for practice. Q84. Add a data series of physics to the clustered column chart. 1. Select a clustered column chart. 2. Drag the blue box to the right to include physics in the data range of the table. Q85. Switch the horizontal axis and the legend of the clustered column chart to display subjects on the horizontal axis and names on the legend. 1. Select the clustered column chart and click on the Chart Design tab. Switch row column. Q86. Display the title Subject on the first horizontal axis, value axis, of the clustered column chart. 1. Select the clustered column chart and click the plus button on the right side of the chart. 2. Select Primary Horizontal from Axis Titles. 3. Enter Subject in the added horizontal axis label. Q87. Create callout data labels for the pie chart. The data labels should only display the classification names. 1. Select the pie chart and click the plus button, Data Labels, Data Callout. 2. Click on More Options. 3. Uncheck the percentage box. Q88. Change the chart title of the pie chart to Percentage of Sales by Day. 1. Click on the chart title of a pie chart to delete the text string. Be careful not to delete an entire element. Delete it while the text cursor, the vertical bar that blinks when you type text, is displayed, as shown in the image. 2. Copy and paste. Percentage of sales per day from the question. 3. Click outside the chart to determine the value. To confirm a value, click outside the graph. The Enter key will cause a new line to be entered. Q89. Apply Layout 1 to the pie chart. 1. Select the pie chart and click on the Chart Design tab, Quick Layout. 2. Select Layout 1 from the suggestions. Place the mouse pointer over it to see the name. Q90. Apply the style Style 6 and the color Monochromatic Palette 1 to the clustered column chart. 1. Select the clustered column chart, then select Chart Designer tab, Chart Styles, 6th one from the left. Chart styles are arranged from left to right in the following order: Style 1, Style 2, and so on. Place your mouse pointer over it and wait for the name to appear. 2. From the Design tab, Change Colors, select Monochromatic Palette 1. Q91. Set the alternative text Score Chart by Student for the clustered column chart. 1. Right-click on the clustered column chart. 2. Click View Alt Text. 3. Copy and paste the Score Chart by Student from the question. 4. Press the X button to close the Alt Text window. Q92. Import the tab delimited text file Q1 import txt at the position starting from cell E1. Use the first row as the table heading. Now click on cell E1. 2. From the Data tab, click From Text CSV. 3. Select the text file Q1 import.txt that you have downloaded in advance and click Import. So far, this is a review. 4. Click Transform Data. 5. In the Power Query editor, select Use First Row as Headers from the Home tab. The Power Query editor screen may look rather complicated, but at the MO-210 exam, it is hardly ever used except for Use First Row as Headers. 6. From the Home tab, select Close and Load 2 from the leftmost Close and Load menu. If you use Close and Load, it will be loaded into a new sheet. Everything from this point onwards is a review. 7. Change. Where do you want to put the data to existing worksheet and click OK. Q93. Insert hyperlink to cell C4. The link should be https chiranshapub.jmam.co.jbook B646577 HTML. When you put your mouse pointer over the hyperlink, it should say Go to the book introduction page. Copy the URL. 1. Select cell C4 and go to the Insert tab and click on the Insert tab links icon. 2. Copy and paste the URL of the question text into the address field of the existing file or web page. 3. Click Screen Tip, type Go to the book introduction page, copied from the question, and click OK twice. Q94. Register the command Turn Autosave On-Off in the Quick Access toolbar. Apply this only to the book you are working on. 1. Right-click on the ribbon, Show Quick Access Toolbar. If you see Hide Quick Access Toolbar. This operation is not necessary. The Quick Access Toolbar is already displayed. 2. In the Quick Access Toolbar, click on the downward arrow and More Commands. To apply this command only to the book you are working on, open More Commands. 3. Change. Customize the Quick Access Toolbar from For All Documents, Default, to For Name of Currently Open File. 4. From the list of commands on the left, select Turn Autosave On or Off and click Add. In most cases, you will find the indicated command in the Popular Commands section that is open from the beginning. If you cannot find the command, go to Choose Commands From and select the tab where the command may be found. 5. confirm that Turn Autosave On/Off has been added to the list of commands on the right and click OK. Q95. Save the file to your desktop as a PDF file under the name Chapter 1 Advanced. After saving, do not open the PDF file. 1. Press F12 to launch the Save As window. 2. Select the desktop and enter Chapter 1 Advanced as the file name. Copy and paste from the question. In the exam, a folder is created on the desktop in advance, and you are instructed to save the file in that folder. 3. Select PDF for Save As Type. So far, this is a review. 4. Make sure Open File After Publishing is unchecked and click Save. Q96. Set the tags MOS-365 Excel and Advanced in the Book Properties. 1. Click on the File tab and select Info. 2. Enter MOS-365 Excel Advanced in the Tags field. To set more than one property, enter semicolon. The key to the right of the L key. It is easier to copy MOS-365 Excel and Advanced, delete the and as well as the quotation marks, and type in semicolon. Q97. Insert a page break so that lines 6 and below are printed on the second page. Although the setup itself is simple, it is treated as an application due to the low likelihood of questions. 1. Select line 6. The idea is the same as freezing panes. We want to print everything from line 6 on page 2, so we need to select line 6. 2. From the Page Layout tab, select Breaks and then Insert Page Break. You can check the Page Break preview or the Print preview in the File tab, Print, to make sure that the settings are correct. In practice, the Print preview can also be viewed by pressing Ctrl+P, P for print, but note that Ctrl+P is a shortcut key that is disabled and unusable in the actual exam. Q98. Set the second line to be printed repeatedly. 1. Select Print Titles from the Page Layout tab. 2. Click the rows to repeat at top text box and select the second line. The rows to repeat at top will have 2, 2. 3. Click OK. You can check if the settings have been made from the Print preview. Please note that if you have not completed Q97, the page breaks will not be printed, and you will not be able to confirm that the settings have been made correctly. Q99. On the 2-1 sheet, enter numbers 1, 2, 3. So that they are consecutive from A6 through A20, the format should not be changed. 1. Select the cell range. A6.A7. Place the mouse pointer in the lower right corner of the cell and double-click the cross mark. This is a review so far. 2. Select Fill without formatting from the option button that appears near B21. If you are instructed to not change the formatting, then set it from the autofill options. In addition to autofill, there may be similar instructions for problems related to formulas. Q100. Place the text string entered in cell A1 in the center of the cell range A1D1. Cells should not be merged. 1. Select the cell range A1D1, then click Alignment in the Home tab. 2. Change horizontal to center across selection and press OK. The center across selection option is only available in the horizontal position, not in the vertical position. Q101 on the 2-2 sheet. For the figures from January through April in the A8 at F11 table, set the font to bold for cells with numbers 50 or over. 1. Select the range of values from January to April in the table A8 F11 and select More Rules from Highlight Cells Rules in Conditional Formatting in the Home tab. If a rule is not listed, it can be set from More Rules. 2. Specify cell value greater than or equal to 50 and click Format. Three, change font style to bold and click OK twice. 112. For the spark lines in the change column, set the minimum to 0 and the maximum to the same value for all spark lines. 1. Select sparkline cells in the change column. Any cell is acceptable. 2. On the sparklines tab under Axis, select Custom Value for the vertical axis minimum value options. 3. Leave 0 as it is and press OK. If a value other than 0 is indicated, change the value here. 4. Again, from the Sparklines tab under Axes, select Same for all sparklines for the vertical axis maximum value options. Q103. Set the red, white, blue color scale for the figures from May through September in table A14, E17. Set the minimum value to minimum, the middle value to the 40 percentile, and the maximum value to the 60 percentile. 1. In table A14.E17, select the range of cells with values from May to September, and select red, white, blue color scale from conditional formatting and color scales in the Home tab. Place your mouse pointer over it and wait a moment. Then the name will be displayed. 2. Select Home tab, conditional formatting, manage rules. 3. Click on Edit Rule. If there is more than one rule, use the blue, white, red gradient in the format or the cell range to which it is applied to identify the rule set in 1. 4. Change the value of midpoint to 40 and the type of maximum to percentile. Enter 60 as the value and select OK twice. Follow the instructions in the question and take care when setting this. 104. Show the 4 rating icons in the May column. 1. Select the May column, then select 4 ratings under Icon Sets in the Conditional Formatting section of the Home tab. 105. Sort the data in the table in the following order. Single first, followed by double. 1. Click V in the contract type column and select Sort A to Z. 106. Display only data containing Katsushika or Adachi from the table. 1. In the address column, click V and select Text Filters and Contains. 2. The first line should be Contains Katsushika. 3. Change AND to OR. 4. The second line should be Contains Adachi and select OK. 107. Create a clustered column chart from the table. Amount of practice month. Make sure that the month is displayed in the legend. 1. Select the range A7-E10 in the table. Amount of practice by discipline and month. 2. From the Insert tab, select Clustered Column from Recommended Charts. 'A chart with a legend of the events is created. 3. From the Chart Design tab, click Switch Row Column. The month is displayed in the legend. 108. Create a 3D pie chart showing the percentage of each category from the table distance for each triathlon. 1. Select the range A13-B17 in the table distance for each triathlon. 2. Recommended charts in the Insert tab. 3. Switch to the All Charts tab and select 3D Pie. Under Pie, Alternative Solution. Select 3D Pie from the pie chart icon in the Charts group. The alternative solution is faster, but it is easier to find the target graph from all charts. 109. Add the axis title Distance to the clustered bar chart and place it in the lower right corner of the horizontal axis. 1. Select the clustered bar chart and click the plus button to check axis titles and primary horizontal. 2. Change the axis title to Distance and drag it to the bottom right.